Welcome to MA Chef. I'm your host Sama, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to meal prep your breakfast, lunch and dinner. It'll be super healthy and super easy. Let's get started. For breakfast, we're going to be having egg muffins. The ingredients you'll need for this are 5 eggs, 5 mushrooms, 1 bell pepper, a teaspoon of ginger, garlic and chili, and salt and pepper. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to crack 5 eggs into a bowl. Once we've cracked our eggs, we're going to take 1 bell pepper chopped into bite-sized pieces, and then about 5 mushrooms chopped into bite-sized pieces. I use portobello mushrooms for this. And now we are going to season it with a teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of garlic, and a teaspoon of chili. And now I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste. Just a pinch of salt would be good. And now I'm going to give this a good mix. This mixture will make about 12, so that's good for 4 days if you eat 3 each day. I'm going to put them in some muffin trays, and about half a cup each time, just enough to fill each one. This recipe makes about 10. We're going to put it into a preheated oven at 200 degrees for about 25 minutes, and they'll rise right up. And here is breakfast served. For lunch, we're going to be making halloumi veggie balls on salad with roasted tomatoes. The ingredients for lunch are a carrot, a courgette, a packet of halloumi, 1 packet of cherry tomatoes, spring onions, eggs, a few leaves of mint, salt and pepper, a couple cloves of garlic, a packet of leafy salad, honey, herbs and lime. What we're going to start first is with preheating our oven to 200 degrees and roasting our tomatoes. So we're going to get our tomatoes, put them on the plate, and then spread it around. A generous helping of olive oil. This will help it roast. And now, these tomatoes are going to be sweet compared to our salty halloumi balls because we're going to caramelize them with some honey. And then over that, we're going to add in a generous helping of salt and a couple cracks of black pepper. I personally like to add in garlic for extra flavor, but it's not necessary if you do not want to. Now giving that all a good mix. I like to put them all side up so that the skin gets really nice and caramelized. This will take about 40 minutes on 200 degrees, but if you want maximum flavor and you have the extra time, you put it for 2 hours on about 150. The flavors will be so much better. A general tip for cooking as well is before you make any dish, roast your vegetables. That will add so much flavor to your food. Now let's cook the halloumi balls. We're going to be taking 1 grated carrot and 1 grated courgette to the sink. Carrots and courgettes have a lot of water in them, so what we need to do is to drain that away. We're going to put it in a colander and then put in a helpful amount of salt. Mix it around and then push it out, and as you can see, some water will come out. Now we've drained our courgette and carrot mixture, we're going to transfer it into this bowl. And my favorite part, add in 1 grated halloumi cheese. And now we're going to add some flavor into it. What I like to do is put in some spring onions, 1 spring onion, 1 clove of garlic, a couple of leaves of mint that's been freshly grounded, some cracks of pepper. You can use whatever herbs that you prefer. With me personally, I like a bit of parsley and thyme. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon and even some basil and oregano. Now we're gonna give it a mix around, just to incorporate everything. To make this into a ball, we need a binding ingredient, and that is going to be our egg. So we need one crack in. I'm gonna go hot and sturdy. Just mix it all around until it becomes one form. Now we have it mixed, we're going to be making them into small little balls. We grab one, put it in our wrist, turn it around until we come up with a shape that we're happy with, and then put it in. We're going to continue for the rest of the mixture. This will make about 12 balls, so 4 days worth if you eat 3 each day. We're going to cool them in the fridge for about 30 minutes, but you can even do it overnight. It's perfect if you've just come from a lecture, from the library, or from work. You can pop these out from the fridge and just fry them up, and it's fresh and delicious. Now our halloumi veggie balls have cooled down and formed together into a ball. We're going to start frying them. I've got a pan over medium heat, and I'm just going to pour about a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Spread them all around. And now carefully place each ball on top. It takes about a minute to cook on each side. I like to do bottom, top, and then maybe one side or two. The first time I tried this recipe was in September. I just came in my second year, and I was wondering how I can make good, delicious food and easily. I tried it out and I fell in love with it ever since. So now we have our veggie balls. We're going to assemble our salad. You can choose any leaf. I just chose baby leaf because I personally like it the most. Spread it out. And now this is the best part, one of the best parts we should say. Just lay it out where you see fit. I like a little bit of a citrus element, so I'm just gonna squeeze a quarter of a lime. Drizzle of olive oil. Salt to taste. And now we are going to plate our halloumi balls. Here is lunch, served. The ingredients for dinner are 2 fillets of salmon, chili, baby corn and snap peas, a stick of ginger, honey, mixed herbs, lime, 2 packets of ramen, salt and pepper, soy sauce, and olive oil. In our salmon, what we are going to do is first going to put in our soy sauce, which is a generous splashing of, then some olive oil. This will help it get roasted in the oven. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of honey. This, along with the garlic, will make the most amazing flavor. My biggest tip for anything is to have honey and garlic in your marinade. They complement each other so well in chicken and in beef as well, so it's amazing. And then ginger. You don't need it to be really fine. It can just be quite big. It's fine because it's in the marinade, not in the actual food. And then about half a chili. I put the seeds in because I like a little bit of spice, but you can take it out. And then just a squeeze of lime in here, just all around. And then I leave the lime in it as well. And then if you just mix it all around, turn it in so all sides have it. And then I like to put all of the chilies, ginger and garlic on top so that it really marinates in. And now we're going to marinate this for 30 minutes in the fridge. Whilst our salmon is cooking, we're going to boil up some ramen and cook our vegetables. Put your pan onto medium heat, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to use some baby corn and edamame. Now we're going to season our vegetables so they don't taste so bland. Putting in some garlic and some chili, a squeeze of fresh lime. Now I'm going to add in a couple cracks of black pepper. Feel free to use whatever herbs that you want. I'm going to be using some thyme, some basil, some oregano and parsley, and about a tablespoon of honey. To finish off the seasoning, we're going to add some soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons. Just mixing it around. Add in salt for taste, about 1 teaspoon, a generous serving. This will cook in about 5 to 10 minutes. Now that our water is boiling, we're going to add our ramen. This is my favorite brand. It's sesame, which tastes super good. Add in the first one and adding in our second. Keep the seasonings for later. Now we're just going to wait for everything to cook. This ramen should cook in about 2 to 3 minutes. I like to add in some garlic, the juice of half a lime. Would be my dish if I did not use honey. The seasoning of the packet mixture. And now for flavor, some soy sauce, and a couple tablespoons of oil, chili flakes, optional if you like spice, and a couple cracks of pepper. You can add salt to taste, but if your soy sauce already has a lot of salt, you can forget this step. Dinner is ready. And I hope if you recreate it, you like it as much as I do. Don't forget to subscribe to Forge TV, like and comment.